Welcome back to Book Bingers.
Congratulations, you made it back. What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk some bookish red
Yeah,
flags.
we're gonna piss some people off today.
I feel like you just like making enemies.
I know. I feel like that's my sole purpose here is like, how many people are gonna get to hate me?
At least 4 people that listen.
At least the one listener. Okay, so we're gonna talk a couple different versions of this. We're gonna talk bookish red flags that just bother us in people,
And then we have a
and then like
couple
in a
nitty
book.
gritty in a
Yeah,
book.
in a book.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with what drives us crazy about readers.
Sure.
And if you do any of these, we still like you. It's fine. We wouldn't stop being friends with you, but we would give you some shit.
We're judging you silently.
Silently, passive aggressively judging you, but we still love you.
Yeah, and I mean,
I may not borrow my book to you.
like your husband's on one of these.
Dude, my husband does a
So,
couple of these.
hey, Corey, here's your mention for
Corey?
today.
Corey, if you're listening, stop breaking the spine. It's the
Literally
amount of books on my bookshelf
The
that this
top one on the
man
list.
has broke. And listen, his reason for breaking the spine is he wants to like wrap the page around so that he can hold it easier. And I say, you have a motherfucking Kindle.
You're
What are you
telling me
doing?
that he not only breaks the spine, but he wraps the
He
pages around.
wraps it around so he can hold it with his meaty one hand. And he has a Kindle. I don't understand. I don't understand. So, like, he does it on purpose. Listen, if your spine breaks naturally, it happens. The spine breaks. And I know there's some people that are like, books are meant to be read, they're meant to look worn in.
My heart hurts for your bookcase right now.
I know. I know. Clearly, you can tell he made it through a few before I said, you're grounded.
Yeah, Shadow and Bone looks
Shadow and Bone.
real well loved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like my Harry Potter books at home.
Dude, my Harry Potter books, but like they got some love. And I know that there's the elitists out there that say books are meant to be read and broken in,
I
and
get it.
loved, and
Have
I
you
get
seen
it.
have you seen those videos though where people like painstakingly do one page at a time
Yeah.
and it really it's in a nice gentle way and
Yeah.
it doesn't ruin the spine like
Yes,
that.
I believe they call it like conditioning or something where they will like look one page at a time and they'll soften it out.
So my New Year's resolution for Corey
Hmm.
is to learn book
I
conditioning.
think that should be his punishment the next time he
Breaks the spine.
I'm gonna give him Zodiac Academy. And I'm gonna be like, condition
Condition the spine.
this spine.
Hmm.
Okay, well that's like I guess number one on ours is don't break the spine on purpose, but if you do, okay. I just won't be borrowing you any of my books.
Hmm. Hmm.
Also on that list,
Dog earring pages.
dog earring page bookmarks exist. Like a lot of them. There's some really cute bookmarks.
I have probably 50 bookmarks and I would be happy
Oh my god.
to loan you
Tell
one.
me, all of you out there that are dog earers, just put your name below, send me your address.
I'll send you a
I
bookmark.
will send you so many bookmarks. I saw my son starting to do that. Corey does this one as well until I lost it. Now he uses a bookmark. I saw my son starting to do it, and I was like, I have failed as a mother. I have failed as a mother.
It's like
Stop it.
momming 101. We use
Oh,
bookmarks in this house.
no. I know. I'm just going to take the books all away from everybody, and they're going to use
Kindles
Kindles
for everyone.
for everyone. Okay. Oh, I kind of got into it. Elitist attitude towards reading only physical books.
Yeah, you know those people
Mhm.
that they just buck against the idea that anyone could be happy with an e-reader?
I just love the smell of books. I hear that one a
I
lot.
do too.
Listen, I do too. I will go walk through bookstores just for the smell.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I still love the feel of pages. But you know what's easier to read?
A
A
Kindle
Kindle.
can change the brightness, can change the size of the font,
I have a
can
mother
take it
frackin'
anywhere.
remote. I don't even have to touch the thing. Do you realize I can have both arms behind my head
You can have
while
both
I
arms
read?
under a blanket.
I can take a bath. Mm,
I'm just saying, there are a lot of pros to the Kindle life.
I'm saying, I've been screaming it for years. I had the OG Kindle, and everyone was like, I just feel like books. Like I have to touch the pages.
My first Kindle had the keyboard on it.
Oh, hell
Do
yeah,
you remember
dude.
that?
Yes, of course. I
And I'll
have
tell
it.
you, I got a Kindle at the start of last year finally because I was reading solely on my phone.
I still can't believe that. I was like,
And
baby girl.
I read more
You're
than I
like, I
have
have
read
the
ever.
Kindle app. And I was like, not the same.
Not even a little bit.
Your poor little eyeballs.
Now I am solely looking for fanny packs and bags that will fit my Kindle so I can take it
That's what I'm
everywhere.
saying. That's another point towards Kindle. I can take it anywhere discreetly.
And you can go on vacation. You don't got to pack 5 books.
Correct. And I can, now that there's Libby and all these other things, I don't even
Kindle
have to
Unlimited.
go Kindle Unlimited for life, babe. Like, I just have access to so many books. The second I'm done with a book, next book. I don't have to wait to go to the store. Listen, I still buy books. Please don't get it twisted. I still buy lots of books. These authors are getting lots of money from me. It's the elitist attitude of people that look down on Kindle readers that drives me nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, next.
We we skipped over one.
What do we
Is
do?
is when you loan out a book to someone
Oh, yeah.
and they return it in worse condition.
How dare you? Listen, that is
I
so rude.
I think my anxiety would be ordering another book on Amazon to return that
Correct.
instead.
So I have borrowed out books that I had read on Kindle, but I purchased it for my bookshelf. So I hadn't even opened the book yet, and I loaned it to someone, and the whole time I was having anxiety, which is such a stupid thing. I realize it's just a book. It doesn't matter.
But in the same vein, it's like
I've
a
been burned
trophy.
before.
It's like a little trophy up there.
I've been burned where I've gotten books back and there were like Cheeto or Dorito dust on the pages.
Don't you
I've
dare.
had pages be dog-eared. Like, I'm not even talking the spine broken. It was like the, oh my God, I can see what food you ate on my book,
Oh no. No, no,
babe.
no, 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 no.
No, Rudy Tooties. Rudy Tooties. What else is on our list?
This next one came from you.
Oh, which one is it?
Elitist good readers.
You all know who you are. You all know who you are. Elitist good readers. That kind of encompasses so many things, right? The ones that are like, I've read a million books on Goodreads. Or I mean, you're one of them. Like reading reviews before you decide to read a book.
Okay, but there's I I have
Defend yourself, babe. Take
okay,
one for all
okay,
the listeners out
okay.
here.
So should I just read books without looking at the reviews? Probably. However, there are so many books on my TBR.
You're not wrong.
There needs to be a way for me to weed through.
But I don't think you're an elitist good reader. It's the ones that give, really, they're writing
Really in depth
a thousand
reviews.
words on their reviews. They really brag about their Goodreads number a
My
lot.
my Goodreads, my reviews that are really in depth are usually the ones that I do for ARCs
Yeah.
because I feel like
Well,
there's an
because they're
obligation.
giving,
We
there's an
got an early
obligation.
copy,
Yeah.
but now I have tried to. Usually, I just go in, rate it, and leave. But now instead of doing that, I'm trying to put a sentence of like how it made me feel, something. I'd like to think I'm witty, but
That's okay.
just something so that when I look back on it, I can tell like, yes, I would recommend this to
I
someone.
think it's more the feeling of the pressure of having to do Goodreads. And if you don't, people don't look at you as if you're a real reader
Mm,
or like prove
mm,
that you've read it.
mm.
I
Yeah,
don't want to have to prove
yeah,
that I've
fair,
read a book
fair,
because I didn't read for you. I read
fair.
for me. And you see it on Book Talk a lot.
You do,
Like,
you
I
do.
read 785 books last
Yeah,
year. Let's talk about it. No, I don't want to listen to you talk about 785 books.
fair. I will say another reason why I do try to stay up to date on my Goodreads is I forget a lot of what I read.
There's nothing wrong about Goodreads. It's
No,
the elitist
fair, fair,
Goodreaders
fair,
that I
fair,
don't like.
fair.
Okay, moving on. What else?
I think this is. I think a lot of people would agree with this.
Ugh,
People
yeah.
who hate unpopular things just because.
Oh yeah, and they're very vocal about it. And it's like, okay, do you hate Akatar? That's fine. It wasn't for you. But like, why do you have to make a video talking about how much you hate something that obviously means so much to so many people just so you can stand out, just so you can get the views of the controversy? I don't like you.
It's super easy to just, I don't know, keep swiping.
Keep swiping. If you don't like it, it's not for you. Not every book is going to be for you. There's tons of books I don't like, but do you see me on YouTube and TikTok going like, "Let me tell you about what book I hate that you all love." I don't know why you all like this. Anyone that likes this book must not have good taste. It's not even written well. I don't like you.
I have seen so many videos this week specifically about Bride by Allie Hazelwood.
Why is
There's
it
a
okay?
lot of
I
people,
loved that book.
a lot of people hate it.
Yeah.
And I actually saw one yesterday
Now
that
imagine if you didn't read it based on all these reviews. That's my whole
I know,
point.
I know, I know.
See,
And
like
it's really
read a
hard
book that you'll read.
because all of a sudden I think you get both sides of it on social media, right? You get pushed these new books that it seems like everyone is saying is amazing. It's the next, ACOTAR, it's the next like big thing. And then you give it a couple weeks and all of a sudden then you start to get the
Yeah,
negative
the
reviews and you
haters.
kind of get, not that you get duped, but all of a sudden I'm like, oh, should I not like this?
I know it makes you question like, am I an idiot because I liked it? It's the same way that like everyone hated the Marvels when it came out. And I was like, I don't know, I had a good time. Is it the best movie I've ever seen? No, but I liked it.
Was it entertaining?
Am I
Absolutely.
still going to see Madam Web even though everyone hates it? Probably because I want to form my own opinion. Will I see it on a Tuesday when it's cheaper? Yeah.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah. And now I kind of want to know what all the hate's about. Is it as bad as everyone's saying? Oh, I'll let you
Maybe.
know. I'll let you know next
I'll
week.
let you go
Yeah.
and then I'll determine whether I spend the $6 or I wait for it to
Absolutely.
be streaming.
I know everyone likes to think that they have good taste in books or
Yeah.
movies or whatever, but like, I really do.
You heard it here,
You
folks.
heard it here first. Okay, so everyone hating on popular things just because they're popular, you suck. Let people like
And
what they
this one
like.
kind of piggybacks off of that. People who are overly critical about the quality of writing.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give two shits how good the writing is.
I don't care if there are typos. I don't care if there are like punctuation mistakes.
Nope.
I don't care.
I don't care because I know how to fucking read. So I know that she meant don't instead of,
Because you know what? These
doesn't.
these books were edited by humans
Yeah.
and it just is what it
Give it up for
is.
humans with a job. What?
Woo,
What?
woo.
I
Making
don't
money.
care. I only care about how a book makes me feel.
Yeah.
That's it.
Did I have a good time?
That's it. And for something to be a 5 star to me, it's because I'm still thinking about it. I'm still talking about it days later because I usually forget everything I read the second I read it. So if it still lives in this old nugget up here,
That 40-year-old brain of
that
yours.
40-year-old brain, I then it's 5 stars. And I don't give a shit about who the author is, what they do in their free time, and how great their writing is. I don't care if they went to college. I don't care if they're a mom writing from their bathroom toilet. I don't care.
I don't care if it started as fanfic. I don't
I
know.
don't
I don't care
care.
if it's Raylo coded. I
No,
don't care.
I don't care. I just
Did I
liked it.
enjoy it? It's all
Just
that
liked it.
matters.
Speaking of that, Colleen Hoover.
Yeah.
I have two takes on this.
Listen, you have
Listen,
some
I
Colleen
love
Hoover
some
on those
Colleen Hoover.
shelves.
I have two takes on this. I have two takes on this that are going to be completely contradictory.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
Yep.
I don't like people who hate on Colleen Hoover,
Okay.
and I don't like people that only love Colleen Hoover. Does this make sense?
It does. It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because some people are just getting into reading. And Colleen Hoover
She's a
is a
real good
very
gateway drug.
easy gateway drug to lots of different genres, but
I think all of us read Verity.
we did. And you know what I mean? Like a lot of us read it,
Again,
it ends with
good
us.
time.
Like she also has a huge catalog of books.
Mhm.
So, of course, she's going to reach a lot of people. And I think a lot of people shit on people that are maybe just in a different part of their reading journey and love Colleen Hoover. That's great. The other side of the coin is the people that are refusing to move on from Colleen Hoover and think that she is the holy
The
grail,
be all end all.
the be all end all, and are refusing to even try anything else because she has such a large catalog. They're only going to live in that world. And anything that I've recommended to them, they're like, ugh, it's not Colleen Hoover.
Yeah, and man, the world really opens up once
Dude,
you step
okay,
outside.
I'm not gonna name names in case she watches this, but I had someone I might be related to, who I recommended Fourth Wing to, and they were like, "Ugh, it's no Colleen Hoover." You're correct, ma'am. It's
It's not.
not. It
And
is not
that's a good thing.
Colleen Hoover.
Wow.
But also
To each his
to
own.
each his own. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like I'm not gonna hate on Colleen. I She commented on one of my TikToks.
Girlfriend has gotten published how many times now? Do you know what I
She's
mean?
making movies. She's doing fine. She's got her readers. But like if you're in your Colleen Hoover phase, I love you, I see you, but try Emily Henry.
Take that next step.
Take the next step.
Take that next step.
Let's spice it up a little for you.
We skipped over a kind of a
Which
big
one?
one
Which
here.
one?
People who read the last page
I don't
first.
I know people that do this. I know people that do this. And my mind I
What are you
don't
doing?
I don't understand. And like, do you know how many people have reached out to me asking for me to spoil a book for them because they don't want to read it until they know if Zayden lives or not, or it does are Hunt and Bryce really mates? Like all these different things. I'm like, I'm not going to spoil that for you. You have to do the hard work.
Yeah. I just why?
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 And I know some people will say, like, I just need to know that it's a happy ending or so and so.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, well then I'm gonna tell you what. If you're one of those people that needs a happy ending, read romance.
And then I saw one really dark take that was like, what if I die
And I never
before
know
I
how it
finish the
ends.
book?
What if you die knowing how it ends and not how it starts? Okay?
I cannot.
I cannot. Like, no, I'm sorry. And I know so many people. There's many of our friends that'll be watching this and listening to this that we are calling you out.
Hannah, I know
It's your
that
sister?
you have done this before.
Hannah. No.
No more.
No more. Okay, what's next? Ooh,
You
that's a
gonna go
touchy
into
one.
that one?
I don't know. I kind of said it, and I'm not going to go into it too much, but like people that want to talk more about the author than the book. I don't like people telling me what I am allowed to read or not read.
Because of what's going on in the news, because of what's going on outside in
And
the
so
world.
much of it, I'm going to be real with you, isn't news. It's people making shit up. Let's be real.
Yeah, it's opinions.
It's opinions. And I also don't like being told what books I can and can't talk about on Book Talk. I'm looking at you, Ruthless Vows. If I want to talk about you, I'm going to talk about you.
I have a lot of Wednesday books
Yeah.
on my shelf, and it's
And it doesn't make me a bad person.
no.
And that's what I think. Ugh, like Book Talk has become so toxic. It used to be my safe place and the place that I felt seen by like other people. And I was like, oh my God, is reading cool? Am I cool? Is this a thing? And now everyone has jumped on the bandwagon.
Apparently now we are elder readers.
I really want to punch people in their face. Stop calling me an elder reader. I've been reading since before you were born, bitch.
Yeah, so I basically saw a thread this
Yeah.
past week that someone had a conversation with a Gen Zer, and they basically said that us older readers, meaning 35
You mean the same
plus,
age as the authors that they're obsessed with?
are trying to piggyback on them like making reading cool again, in that it's really cringy to see us reviewing books and see us trying to, make fetch happen.
Wow. Well, I hope they're not listening to this podcast because this is not a place for you then.
This, I guess, is for older readers because
Am I
we're
too old
both
to be
over
here?
35 years old.
Sure are. And
So,
like proud of it. Like be proud of your age. Every day is a freaking gift, okay?
and listen, every one of these
Also,
authors that you
all your
like,
authors,
35 plus.
yeah. Yeah. So, you're welcome. Okay, moving on past you. Oh, people who say don't judge a book by its cover. But if I'm buying the book for my bookshelf, you better believe
I better like the cover.
I'm judging the book by its cover. Now, don't get me wrong, some of my favorite books have ugly ass covers, but I read them on Kindle. I don't own them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's we
There's a difference.
we live in an age now that There are a lot of ways to make a pretty cover.
Like some of these older books, I guess you get a pass, right? But like
Sure.
if you're coming out with new books now, please know that people absolutely care about
There are so many
the
amazing artists
covers.
out there. There's so many amazing
So
graphic
many.
designers out there that, and I will say, there's not a ton of really cringy covers that are coming out. Like, I think a lot of rebranding is happening
Yeah.
on some of these older romance books, and
Yeah. I'm
I'm
here
here for
for
it.
it. I'm
Absolutely.
absolutely here for it. So I'm going to judge a book by its cover. I've literally bought books because they were so pretty.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they're good.
they're still sitting on the
Still
shelf,
sitting on the
so
shelf.
we'll let you know in a couple years, maybe.
Just yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Stopping in the middle of a chapter. I do it all the time.
Yeah, so this is a red flag maybe other people have
Yeah.
for us.
Okay. I because I can. I have the ability to
Yeah.
jump out and jump back in. And I get that some people can't. They have to finish the chapter.
I will say I like to get to a end of a paragraph.
Correct. I'm not going to stop in the middle of a sentence
Yeah.
or anything
Unless
crazy.
my Kindle falls on my face.
Correct. Um but like, yeah,
Now,
I am some people's.
are you a on the bottom of a Kindle? Everyone
Mhm,
knows who is a Kindle reader. Do
mhm.
you go time of chapter, time left in chapter, or do you do time left in book?
I go back and forth. I go back and forth. I like to start off seeing how long it says the book is going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't want to get distracted by that, so I'll switch to chapter until I'm a good 20% in and then go back and be like, "Oh, look how much time I've shaved off
Oh
of
wow,
that bad
nice.
boy."
Yeah.
However, I feel like when I did used to have just the whole book, how much time was left, I felt like I had to read fast. And it started making me, because I do have pretty severe ADHD, it started making me
It's a
miss
race
things.
against time.
It
Yeah.
felt like I was racing against some thing that wasn't there. So now I've switched to mostly doing the chapter, but I mean, obviously the percentage is on there, so I can see
Yeah. Yeah.
how fast that's going.
It's a another wonderful
I guess that could
feature
be
of
a
the
bookish
Kindle.
red flag for
Yeah.
some people, right? Like
Yeah.
I definitely do keep track about how far I am in the book.
I
So
am
sorry.
a time left in book girl. I never go to chapter.
I mean, and I was
Yeah.
for years and
Yeah.
years and years. So sorry. I'm definitely someone's red flag. Let that be known.
I'm a lot of red
I'm a
flags.
lot. I'm a walking red flag. People more interested in theories than just reading the book for what it is. Yeah, we've been seeing that a lot. Like people think that they're authors now, apparently.
Yeah,
You know?
and I think honestly, Marvel started a lot of this
Yeah.
because we have been just watching
Fan theory after
fan
fan
theory
theory,
after fan theory and
breakdown
Easter
after
eggs in
breakdown.
this, and it translates to some of these bigger series. And honestly, now I wonder if when these series that we read as kids were coming
Mhm.
out, if we were reading all of this stuff, would we have enjoyed the series as
I
much?
totally
You know?
agree. And like I do like watching the Marvel breakdowns because I don't know the comic books so much that I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, tell me.
I'm not
I
gonna
probably
pick up
missed some of
on.
the Easter eggs, but with books, the books are what the books are. And I know that some people like to break down every little thing and theorize as to what the author means and what the next book is going to be. And they get too caught up in their own theories and other people's theories that they've built up a world that simply isn't the world the author was intending to
Yeah, and
go
I think
for.
that then leads to disappointment.
Yeah. Well, if you all think you have better ideas than some of these authors,
Now, I
go
will
for it.
say, what I do enjoy is in retrospect, when we finish a book,
Mm.
I love seeing people go back and make the connections through
Oh, I love
the
that.
past books,
I love
and I'm
that.
like,
Yeah, love that.
mind blown.
Love that. I do love that. Some people have just better brains than me, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah,
I totally missed
yeah. The
that.
attention to detail
Love
for me
that.
is not there.
People that can like people that can do that. My brain is like, thank you for doing that
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
real impressive.
Thank you. People who like everything. Oh, we know some of those people. And we
Hmm.
all know those people that just love every book. Every book. Every book is 5 stars. Everything they read is 5 stars.
Yeah.
How? How? Make it make sense.
And I will say, maybe, I think probably I have been guilty of this at some points in my life when I was reading less.
Yeah.
and you have longer space in between books, and you're there for a good time, you're there for something to entertain you. I can
Absolutely.
see how if you're reading good recommended books from
Yeah.
people and you're only reading a handful,
Hmm.
I could see that
Yeah.
you like everything. I feel
Sure.
like now I am finding myself to be much more critical,
Yeah.
and there are certain I can't, it's almost
I
I can't
guess for me,
quantify it all the
it's
time.
not your like I read 3 books a year kind of people.
Yeah.
I guess it's book talkers that are like 5 stars, 5 stars. Like I start to
Well,
stop
now I
trusting
wonder,
your opinion
are they
if everything's
are
five
they getting
stars.
paid for those
Oh,
reviews?
it's a real bummer because I used to think that there were a few people I followed on Book Talk that I was like, oh, like I'm gonna take their record. Like they really said this book is good, and
Yeah.
then I'd read it and I'd be like, meh. And then I started getting some of these emails that wanted to pay me for book reviews and wanted to had actual talking points that I started hearing other people saying. And I was like, oh, these aren't their opinions. These are literally word for word what the author, or let's be honest, it's not the author, it's the agency
Yeah.
wanting you to say. And now I'm jaded. No, I don't trust
It
anyone.
makes me real skeptical when I start seeing the same book over and over again, and it almost makes me not want to read it.
And legally, they're supposed to put that the book was gifted, that they're being sponsored, that it's an ad, and they don't. They don't, especially on TikTok. I think TikTok's the Wild West. People are not putting that books were sent to them, that
Yeah.
agencies reach out to them, that it's a sponsored thing. And that would go a long way with knowing what I trust and what I don't.
That being said, do I oftentimes swipe as soon as I see a sponsored post?
Yeah, I get it. And it's a bummer because I have a lot of sponsored posts. So I understand it. And they're always my most like low engagement. And I understand because
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I
Yeah.
get it. Like
We've all been conditioned like
you
ad
immediately
bleh.
don't trust them, and
Yeah.
I get that. Let's move into red flags that we don't like inside the actual book.
Yeah, so I'd say we only have a couple, and these are only things that I wouldn't even say they're red flags. They're just more like
No,
things
more just like things we don't
we don't
necessarily
like
like.
that will deter us from reading something.
Yeah. Number one for me, accidental pregnancy. It's like
Yeah.
it's a trope in itself that I probably won't
Or
read.
a secret pregnancy.
Secret
When
pregnancy.
there's like miscommunication involved and
Hmm.
like you don't tell anyone
Yeah.
that
Meh. What did you write down? When every book by an author has a third act breakup. Yeah. I don't mind it from time to time, but when the same author keeps doing it over and over and over and over and over again, and it's the
toss
same
me,
breakup.
yeah.
It's the same
Yeah.
breakup.
Toss me just I get to 80% and like they're still together and there's no fight.
I get nervous when I get 80% in and the fight hasn't happened
If
yet
I'm at
because I'm like, if
85%, I'm like,
I'm at 90% and the breakup happens and they're going to immediately like get back together super quickly,
it's
what was the point?
too quick of a resolution for me.
Too quick. I also need, listen, I get the formula for romance. I love romance. Everybody stop hating on romance.
It's why it's so comfortable, right?
Correct. I get it. But there are ways to do it where it's not the same breakup. It's not the same miscommunication breakup.
Mm-hmm.
And we've read that. I mean, I've read many books that
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
the good misunderstanding, which is why one of my favorite books was the one about Halsey by
Yeah.
Megan Quinn. I
Yeah.
can't even remember what the name of it is. He's not my type.
That's the one.
They don't have your typical breakup or even a breakup. It's
No.
just something traumatic happens um, that kind of slows things down.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I was like, finally, not a fucking breakup.
Yeah. It's real. It's almost more enjoyable to. It's like a nice surprise.
Oh God, I know. I know. I love it. Okay. Insecure main characters. I can't with them. Please stop. You know you're pretty. Shut up. Shut up that you're like, I'm so ugly, but everybody else is like, you're so beautiful. Stop it. Stop. Stop putting yourself down, main characters.
Yeah, because we don't need that.
I
We don't
don't
need
need that.
that.
I'm insecure enough in real life.
I,
I
I
don't want
want
to
to
read
read.
about another
I want
insecure
to read
woman.
about some confident.
I want some badass bitches.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know? And you
Yes.
can be in a romance and still be badass,
Absolutely.
still be confident.
Absolutely.
I don't want to.
Witty.
I don't want to read about myself.
No. God,
I
no.
don't want to read about that. I live that. Moving on.
And the last one. This is really. I think we're calling out Sarah J. Maas
I
here.
think we are.
It's the overuse of a phrase in a book.
Like calls to like.
Take a shot.
Oh my God. But like we know other authors, like E.L. James did it in 50 Shades of Grey. My inner goddess. My inner goddess is doing cartwheels. Please stop. Please stop latching onto a phrase and then using it over and over. It feels like I need to make it a game. Take a shot every time they say like calls to like.
I feel like you get 3. When it gets past 3 mentions for
It's
me,
it's like, are you trying to make fetch happen? That's what it feels like.
have we mentioned the word fetch in almost every podcast at this point? Yeah. Are we showing our age?
Dated, dated.
Yeah.
But that's what it feels like. Like I get it. I get it. But like there's a thesaurus. Like look up some other words.
I feel like the next Sarah J. Maas book, we're just gonna have to make a drinking game.
Oh my God, be really good. And like I'm a Sarah J. Maas stan for life, but
Absolutely.
if I really wanted to, I could rip some things apart. For every book I love though. But
Absolutely.
am I gonna make a TikTok doing it? I see all you
No,
haters.
we're just gonna
No, I'm just
record a
gonna
podcast about
record a
it.
podcast. Listen.
It's fine. It's fine.
Like calls to like.
Maybe that's gonna be the title of this episode.
It should be. Should it be our next tattoo?
Like,
Like calls to like. It should
no,
be
we got.
like with a phone. Look how old I am. I did phone like this.
Oh, not this.
Nope.
Take a picture.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's our bookish red flags. I'm sure we missed some.
Sure, we missed a lot.
I'm sure we missed a lot, and I bet I do a lot of them.
And to everyone we called out today, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Hannah.
Yeah, sorry, Hannah. Sorry, Corey.
Sorry, Corey. What did we miss? What are your bookish red flags? We want to know. Type below. Hit us up on our socials.
When
We're on
people listen
everything.
to our podcast, they can actually do a drink every time we mention Corey.
Oh my God, you should. You absolutely should. Do a do a shot.
Do a shot.
Do a shot. Unless you're driving. Don't do that. But yeah, Corey's gonna be like a third character in here.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, who the hell is
Corey
this?
might have to make an appearance on
He
one
might
of these
have
episodes.
to. My husband is a treat. I make him read everything. So
Corey, did you make it to the end of this podcast?
probably not. To be fair, he has a podcast and I never listen to it.
Such a good wife.
It's fine. Okay, well, that was this week's episode of Book Bingers. Follow us on all of our social medias. We've got the Tiki Talkie, the Instagram, Spotify, Audible, Apple, YouTube, all the things. I don't know. There's probably more I'm missing.
Like, comment, subscribe, all the things.
Smash that subscribe button.
Tell all your friends.
Tell all your
Tell
friends.
a friend to tell a friend.
Yes. And really, we just like to hear from you guys because otherwise we're just the only ones rambling here and we would like to talk to other people.
Call me, beat me. All right.
Okay, bye for now. See you next
later.
week.